Hey guys, welcome to today's 1/6 Galaxies video. Today we are going to be taking a look at TMS 103, that being Clone Commander Fox 6-scale collectible figure from the Clone Wars TV series. So yes, the pop culture parcels have started coming from the current batch. So I received Fox and Valkyrie today. I will have Black Adam, the gold version deluxe, and Gore at some point, and then hopefully when we get the invoices sent out, I'll also have Padme and the Super Battle Droid. But as far as I've seen, they've not started sending out the invoices, which makes me think they have a massive sort ahead of them, considering how many figures came in. If you wanted to see the batch breakdown and what came in this month, the video is there on the channel as well. So we are going to be taking a look at Commander Fox, and we'll be looking at this sideshow version as well, just so you guys can kind of get a comparison on the two figures. Alright, so looking at the box, it is the standard Star Wars shoe style box with an image of the figure at the front. The figure is holding his dual blaster pistols, similar to what we've seen the Clone Commanders have in the past. Coming down, we can see the ribbon. Star Wars tells us that it's TMS 103 Commander Fox, and then you can see him holding his other blaster there as well. So he swapped out the two pistols for the small rifle, and then in this image here we can see the larger rifle being showcased this time. The back of the box just has all your logos and things, and this side of the box just reminds us that it is Clone Commander Fox. So like all the other Star Wars shoebox style figures, you of course do get the art print. This one here showcases the glaring issue here, and that's the fact that we have Commander Fox with his shock troopers. Bit of a color mismatch there, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on when we get there. Alrighty, so being a clone trooper, he has a total of 7 hands. 2 relaxed hands that are currently on the figure. I haven't actually done anything to the figure. He is actually just been opened. We're just going straight into video mode here to get this guy done. So we do get the clone armor. It is painted with the, I suppose, maroon mahogany type paint. Can see that it is a very nice sculpted clone glove as per always, and the armor is very nicely weathered. So we get the gesturing hand. We of course get the open fire charge forward hand as well, also painted and weathered quite nicely. We get the pointer finger, the ever so popular clone pointer finger, showcasing the fact that both sides of that hand armor is weathered. And of course we get our right and left trigger finger hands. No fisticuffs this time around, but I don't know why you would need them, because I don't think we ever saw Fox in a fist fight. But, I suppose Hot Toys just wanted to cut down the amount of hands that they were packing with the clones, or maybe they just wanted to make it a bit cheaper, I don't know. But yeah, no fisticuffs for this clone commander, showcasing the fact that the inside of the glove is the same on both. Okay, so we have our 5 hands, and of course, familiar with the clone troopers, we are of course going to get the long clone rifle, beautifully painted. We'll zoom in a moment, and beautifully detailed as always, all those little extra bits that make up the D17 rifle. As shown on the front of the box, we of course get the smaller version of the blaster rifle, which again, very nicely painted, very nicely detailed. pretty much exact to what we've gotten previously for the 501st Troopers and the other commanders. And of course, we do get our 2 pistols, which again are very nicely detailed. Again, quite similar, if not the same, to what we've gotten before with Rex and the other commanders. And these do fit very nicely on the figure as well. We'll showcase that. So that he does obviously come with the instructions and the extra wrist pegs, and then we get the display stand, Clone Commander Fox with the metal nameplate. You can of course remove this if you'd like to, and then we get that floor, that standard floor that we've gotten for quite a while now, but it makes sense because they would want all of the clone troopers to match. Alright, let's get our commander out here. Alrighty, so he is obviously very nicely detailed. He's got a very of course sturdy body. Articulation wise, he's going to be able to do everything else what your other clone troopers can. Pretty much no difference in the type of body or anything, other than the fact that of course he's got the, as I said, he's got his own color, so it's more like a maroon mahogany type of a color. You can see that he is very nicely weathered, and he's got the imagery there as well. Can see that's where his blasters get stored. We'll store those in a sec. Coming down, we can see those weathered boots, and then that metal nameplate. See the skirt. I don't know if it's as long as other clone commanders. It could just be the fact that it's sitting to the side there, but we'll have a look at that as well. And then of course you can see his antenna. It is on a swivel as well. I would be very careful that you don't break it, but it swivels if you like it to swivel. It's not meant to have a rangefinder or anything there. I thought it was broken, and I saw it, I went, oh no, and then I remembered, no, he doesn't have the rangefinder, that's right. Yes. Yeah, nice figure, clone commander. I think I'm being slightly, not biased, but I am sort of underwhelmed with this guy, simply for the fact that I've had the Sideshow one for so long. So it's not like getting me a new character, it's just swapping out the old version for the superior version. Yeah, it is what it is, and it's nice. We'll get to that later. But yeah, overall this guy is really, really nice, like any other Hot Toys clone trooper. So again, you can see the fact that that antenna is on a swivel, so if you want to make it straight, you just, there we go. You can see the nice weathering on the helmet there, the weathering on the pauldrons, and the shoulder armor over, the elbow armor, there's this communicator, there's those relaxed hands, there's that skirt. You can see that it is a grey, with lining, no wire in it though, I don't think. So that might be a bit of a annoyance for some people, because I know some people do like to get a pose on. You might be able to get a little bit of a dynamic look out of it, but I don't think there's any actual wire in it. So on the other side, we can see like the headlight. I believe that's what it's supposed to be, the headlamp. Can see, of course, the other armor there. That weathering continues down. There's that lining again. So yeah, overall, like, I'll just untuck that. So yeah, he is a real nice figure. It just depends on how necessary. It just comes down to how necessary he is for you. I believe he sold out, so I don't know. don't think this guy is actually still available at the moment. I paid 325 AUD for him, which I think is pretty good. But, yeah, I don't think Pop Culture put this guy up with any spares just yet. But yeah, overall you can see that he looks fantastic. He's got the weathering. So we can just simply store the pistols in there. And on the other side, it is a little bit hard to do one-handed, sorry. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. There we go. So they do sit quite snug, and I don't think they're going to fall out or anything. They do take a tiny bit of force to remove. Alrighty, let's get the Sideshow guy out here and let's do a comparison, because this is really where, as I said, there are some big differences between the two figures, don't get me wrong, but this is where the fact that you can see that I'm sort of underwhelmed just a tad. Just make sure his feet are flat. Alright. Okay, so the Hot Toys one looks taller. He's not, he's just obviously raised a bit up. So straight away from the helmet, you can see that the Hot Toys phenomenal detailing on the helmet. That's not to say the Sideshow one is bad, it's just the Hot Toys one has that next level. Especially the visor, you can see that it's a completely different design. That's what it should be. The headlamp has a lot more detailing, and the color of the antenna is also quite different. You can see that the paint itself is also slightly different. The Hot Toys one is darker, and I think it does look much nicer. You can see, again, the holster on the, and the skirt, I probably prefer the Sideshow skirt, to be honest, compared to the Hot Toys one. I think that might be just because it's longer. There could also be the fact that the Hot Toys one has better proportions. So the Sideshow one does have sort of large hands. And one of these figures is from 2012 and one of these figures is from 2024. So, I mean, it makes sense that our proportions are a lot better. And I think that that's the reason why the skirt on the Hot Toys one is much shorter. We have gotten better proportions, and therefore we don't need the skirt to be as long. Now, a lot of people do complain about Sideshow bodies. This one here is actually quite stiff, and I've never ever had a problem with him not being able to hold up his weapon, and there's just proof of that. So the arms on this one aren't going to drag or flop or anything like that. They both have incredibly solid bodies. Just that the body on the Hot Toys one is obviously more superior. It is obviously still a lot tighter than the Sideshow one. And the detailing, as I said, the detailing even on the mouthpiece of the Hot Toys one is a lot more detailed than the Sideshow one. Obviously, Hot Toys one is better. My main gripe with this figure is, why the fuck did they redo a fucking Sideshow figure? This could have been Hot Toys' chance to have finally given us a Phase 2 Fox, and they could have done what they had done on the art lift out, and they could have had him flanked with the new Shock Troopers with them, or with the Revenge of the Sith Red. Why? Who knows why they didn't do it. This is obviously so easy. They would have had the files and everything, I'm pretty sure, because when you look at the old Sideshow boxes, all the troopers and all the armor says produced by Hot Toys anyway. So the Sideshow clones are essentially really early Hot Toys figures, because Hot Toys was the one that did all the armor and everything. It was just Sideshow bodies. But yeah, obviously awesome figure. Great to have him. He's going to look much nicer now in the collection, but I got this simply for a completist point of view. If he's not overly necessary to you, keep your Sideshow one, because like I said, I do think you are going to have a hard time getting him now, because I do think he did sell out on Pop Culture. I definitely know he sold out on Icon, so he may be quite hard to get. But yeah, this has been our look at our TMS 103 Commander Fox. Hopefully you liked this video. As I said, I will have more coming over the next day or so, into the next week. It just depends on how quickly those other parcels take to reach me. But yes, like I said, great figure, happy to have him, but it would have been much better had they done a phase 2 rather than a phase 1, considering since a lot more of the stuff that they've been doing, like the ARF, Walker, yeah, with the ATRT and the other troopers they've been doing, they have all been that phase 2. Yeah, so it's just really weird why we're focusing on why we got a phase 1 of this guy. But yeah, hopefully he's not the last, and hopefully they do keep sprinkling in our clone commanders. The fact that we got that Umber exclusive, and then of course the gold clone exclusive, does make me think that perhaps we will get different clones, hopefully just not generic stuff. But yeah, it just seems really weird. Anyway guys, thank you for watching.